Alright. So yeah, we're dating Riri now. We just had a date with a little help from, good old Hibiki and Nagiko. Yeah. Let's see where this goes now. The events of the day carried us until late in the evening. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Tono Yuu. Oh, we're meeting our parents already? I thought when they said that they meant the next day. Alright, guess they meant tonight. Nice to meet you guys. I was at Kashima's house introducing myself to her parents. They were sophisticated and polite people. Exactly how I expected her parents to be. That was all the more reason I increasingly felt like I had to do this in a proper fashion. I have entered into a relationship with Riri-san recently. It would mean so much if you would support us. I empathetically and deeply bowed my head. Is that not okay? The dad squinted his eyes and rubbed his chin. The way he seemed to be sizing me up only made me even more tense. Oh. That was when Kashima assumed a desperate tone. Thank you, Riri.
妹さんと二人暮らしの家計を働いて支えて、そうでありながら勉強もおろそかにはしないで、誰に対しても何に対しても真摯で真面目な人なんです。
Hold on, Kashima. You're complimenting me too much.
そんなことはありません。
Okay.
それに私の師匠なんです。今までとは違うものの見方を教えてもらいました。遠野くんのおかげで私視野が広がったところがあります。そういういい影響を与えてくれるような人なんです。お父さん、お母さん。
He stressed to a point of some tremendous passion. It was extremely embarrassing, but I couldn't deny how happy it made me. I knew to a painful extent that Kashima viewed me that way.
よくわかったわ、リリ。あ、ごめんなさい。夢中で喋ってしまって。
なるほどね。つまり彼はリリにとってそれだけの存在ということだ。
はい。
遠野くん。
Yes? Yes, sir! I straightened my back when her father addressed me. At about the point I tensed up, wondering what he would say. Over Kashima's parents bowed their heads to me. Huh?
こうしてわざわざ挨拶に来てくれた段階で浮ついた人間でないのはよくわかる。
Oh, thank you, Mr. Kashima.
娘はまだまだ未熟者ですが、どうかよろしくお願いします。
I will, I promise. These definitely were the parents of the girl I had fallen in love with. That realization went straight to and filled my heart. Yes, sir. I should say the same. Thank you very much.
ただね、リリ。
はい、何ですか？
やるべきことはきちんとやるようにね。
はい、わかっています、お父さん。
Kashima responded and nodded with a sincere look on her face. From there, her parents eventually left the room and left us alone. Oh, I was so nervous.
お疲れ様でした。
Thank you.
ありがとうございます。本当にわざわざ。
Not at all. I just followed your example.
遠野くん。
Still though, Kashima, what did your dad mean when he said to do what you should? I could help my curiosity and pose that question. Kashima seemed to be choosing her words carefully, and after a brief pause,
きちんと恋愛しろってことですよ。
a proper manner? Did that basically mean be sure to move forward in sensible steps while you date? And yeah, I need to do things properly too. If I had to say one way or another, I've had you take the lead up until now. I need to put in the effort too. After all, I leaned forward a bit, and as I smiled at Kashima, a pupil is meant to surpass their master, right? Smooth as butter.
そうですね。では改めて今後とも何卒よろしくお願いします。
Oh. The feeling is mutual. We bowed to each other. Then, when I raised my head, huh? I felt eyes on me and turned toward the door. I'm not doing anything, I promise. It's just the sweet romantic music. It wasn't the HD music, okay? I like the eyes of her parents who are looking at it and ask through the gap in the door. Hey, that's very realistic though. They must have been peeking in on us.
お父さん、お母さん、何を
Leave us alone in our bedroom, my butt.
なるほど。様子からしてキスはまだか。
I see. Actually, we did. But yeah, no, I'm not sure yet is the right word.
秘密です。
We actually did, so shush. I see. Yeah, sorry.
なるほど。
Yes.
なんかバレバレな感じです。
Well, I'm sorry. We will lead you now, hello? While the two of us were blushing like crazy and panicking.
頑張ってね。
Thank you, Mrs. Kashima. The happiness I felt from having received this support resonated through me for the rest of the night.
Kakenuke青春スパーキング。
Thank you, Riri. On a different day, I headed out to our club meeting in Fritsu. They didn't show up yesterday, after all.
昨日はしおりちゃんとひじりさんしか来なかったみたい。
Dude, that's hilarious. Again, Kika's probably just talking the whole time, and Shiori's just like, oh man, that kind of want to see that actually. Hibiki and Kato-senpai are hanging out with Kushima and I. Man, I wonder how in the world Hiragi and Hijiri spent their time.
ひじりさんが一方的に話しかけてたんじゃないかな。
That's what I was thinking too. Well, I can picture that. We rattled on about this and that as we passed through the school gate. Thanks for coming, ever. We came into the club room, but is nobody here?
それじゃダメよ。
Okay, what's going on?
もっとこうあるでしょ。イケてるのが。
What are we talking about here?
いえですから。あなたは安心して聞いてればいいの。
Guys, what's going on?
そうっすね。だったらここは。
I need context, please. What the? They already seem pretty worked up about something. Hey, what are you talking about?
ああ、ゆう、ちょうどいいところに来た。
Why? How come?
遠野先輩はカラオケとボーリングどっちが好みっすか？
Karaoke, but I love bowling too. Huh?
やっぱりここは密室で二人きりになれるカラオケじゃない？
Oh, you trying to pick a date for us? Let's see.
いやいや、ボーリングも捨てがたいわ。
Bowling's pretty great too, yeah.
鹿島さんがスカート履いてきたらワンチャンパンチラありよ。
Hibiki! Better give me painted shots in your route if we can be like this, okay? Just saying. Just saying.
そんなはしたないことはしません。でもそれでユウがグッと来てくれたらよくない？それは。だったらカラオケで見つめ合いながらデュエットもありでしょう。そんなハードルが高すぎます。もう手こずらせるっすね。なら
Can do both.
いっそホテルで。
Shiori, sit back down.
飛ばしすぎなんかお兄ちゃんと鹿島先輩の初デートコースを考えてくれてるみたいだね。
Yes, I realize. Mine. Mind your own business! I suddenly cried out in a fluster.
余計なお世話とはひどい言い草ね。
I'll say it all I want, especially to you.
昨日あれだけ私とナギに世話になっておいて。
Listen. Shush. You did, but that doesn't justify this.
まあまあ、皆さんお許しください。マイ兄はこう見えて意外とウブなところがあるので。まあそこは仕方ないわよね。付き合いたてなんだし。
I'm not naive.
でも普通付き合いたては好きあらばイチャイチャしていたいものでは。
I won't deny that.
わかった。私たちに遠慮してるのね、ユウ。
Huh?
なるほど。そういうことなら私たちが今やることは一つ。
Oh no, what are you guys gonna do?
マイアニと鹿島先輩くっつけちゃ
Okay, why are you getting all jumpy about it?
え。了解。
Hey! Squish. I went stiff as a board. Come on. They shoved Kashima into me and the softest part of her squished against me. Sorry, I'll back off.
それわっしょいわっしょい。
Kika.
ほらほら、ナギもしおりも。しょうがないわね。
Oh no.
小日向先輩がそう言うなら。
Squishy squish. Kashima pressed against me even harder. These were, if I had doubt, Kashima's boobs. They were crazy soft. That wasn't the point.
お疲れ様って何やってんのゆうと鹿島が
Don't blame me on this. It was all their fault.
なんて恐ろしいことをこら離れろゆ無事か
You do remember that we're dating though, right?
って何すんのよ。せっかくくっつけてるのに。そうよ、今二人はラブラブしてるところなんだから。
This isn't lovey-dovey at all. I collected my strength and pushed aside everyone that was surrounding us.
何すんのよ、ゆう。せっかくの。
Actually, I'm begging you. Let us take this one step at a time. I slapped my hands together, effectively pleading for the mercy. I mean, come on. Kashima was blushing and hanging her head, too.
段階を踏む。
Yes, baby steps.
ってことは、初デートでファーストキスが美しいわね。
That's not what that means, Hibiki. About our first kiss.
何？ひょっとしてもう済ませてるの？
Plead the fifth. How do I put this? I turned toward Kashima, silently begging for her help. Alright, you have no help to me right now? Kashima was silent and so red in the face that steam was practically rising off the top of her head. As I was looking at her face, I recalled the moment we shared our first kiss, and my own face burned up with her. As such, I was suddenly at a loss for words.
してるわね、これは。
Shush! You know nothing.
してるっすね。
Shush, Kika. Crap! I showed them an opening.
してるんだ。
None of you know anything. You weren't there.
してるのかよおい
Shinji. We have.
その告白する前に。
Well, I mean, wasn't that the confession?
何よそれ。順番めちゃくちゃじゃない。
It happens. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what you want us to do about that. Yoshima has rendered speechless at this point. This enigmatic moment in my life, one where I continued to hold on and resist for dear life, continued to unfold. Oh, that was just our whole day.
でも確かに順番がめちゃくちゃですよね、私たち。
I mean, it's fine. Like who decided the order anyway? Doesn't matter. We can do what we want. Then, on the way home that day, as an aside, I was taking a bit of a detour home so that we could be alone together for as long as possible. We had been thoughtful and headed straight home. I was no match for her.
と言っても、ほぼ私のせいなんですけど。
Ah, you're good. It's fine. Again, there's not like any official list or anything. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do. Well, you needed to take a more direct approach. I wouldn't have gotten the hint otherwise. It's really not your fault. If anything, it's thanks to you.
遠野くん。
Wait, what I just said was embarrassing, huh?
そんなことありません。すっごく胸にキューンときました。魔法みたいに。はあ、私、この人が好きって。
Oh. Yoshima. Seeing her react like that was gonna make my heart pang too. All I wanted to do was to pull into my arms. However, we were out in public and I needed to control myself. That was too big of a hurdle for me to cross right now anyway. But in that case, I could at least hold her hand. Wait, what's wrong?
なんでもありません。オーライですし。はい。
Could it be that she was thinking something similar? Yoshima's eyes look glossy and she looks so sexy right now. This is probably a face she would only show me. A Kashima just for me. No, yeah. Anyway, we're out in the street right now. Gotta show all sorts of self-control and change. No, get back on subject. I mean, even if we're all hypothetically doing things out of order,
はい。
it's not too late to start now, is it?
っていうと、キスの前にこなしているべきことを今からでもしようということですか?
How's Kashima for you? Good intuition. Maybe I should say that she was being understanding of my mindset. Either way, I'm happy.
でも、それって例えば?
Oh yeah, for example, we could change the way we address one another and use our first names.
名前?
At present, we called each other by our family names. I was sure it'd suddenly feel a lot more real if we simply called each other by our first name. Something also told me that would be a fitting first step for us to take. If nothing else, it was a step I would have sooner taken before we kissed. It was too late for that now, though. You okay? As a test, then, will you try calling me by my first name?
はい。
Kashima acted flustered, only to take a series of deep breaths moments later. It's alright.
行きます。
Yeah. I wonder if it was too high of a hurdle for a moment, but then Kashima... She seemed to have made up her mind when it mattered most. Oh. It was the same way back when she kissed me. I thought she did it again. Yeah?
まだです。まだ早いです。私ちゃんと言えてません。
You only needed one more letter, though. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
では、改めて。
Each individual deep breath seemed to be essential. Then, after another change in expression on Kashima's part... You're vibrating, Riri. You okay?
ダメです。
Okay, you tried your best. All that was left was the last though.
そうなんですけど、なんだかとっても恥ずかしくなってしまって、特別すぎて。
I think that applies way more to how you kissed me personally.
あの時、一生分の勇気を振り絞っちゃったんです。
That did appear to be the case. It's in the conversation we just had, I could tell just how special calling me by my first name was to Kashima. I'd explain why she was so tense. Knowing that... Well then, I'll call you by your name first. That's okay, isn't it? Riri? Are you okay? Riri blushed hard and reacted almost like she'd been shot by a bullet. Hold on! The kind of reaction was only gonna make me more embarrassed.
ごめんなさい。嬉しすぎて。
Just because I called you by your first name?
はい。そう呼んでもらえる日をずっと夢見ていたので。
I guess you really did have an emotional attachment to this sort of thing. Alright, if that was how this was. Riri. Riri! You have to do like that every time I say it. Every time I called her name, Riri went rigid and twitched as she held a hand against her ample chest. Her face, or rather, everything from her neck up was a crimson red.
嘘。夢みたい。
In the end, she whispered that with excitement. Talk about cute. Riri reacted so strongly to something so simple. It made me really happy. It's not a dream, Riri. I said that in as low and sexy of a voice, by my standards anyway, as I could just to try it out, and to let out the sweetest noise imaginable. Okay, and she's dead. As soon as she did, she covered her face and squatted in place.
ダメです。ダメ。もうやめてください。
Huh? Should I not have? And here I thought she was enjoying it.
嬉しすぎて恥ずかしいんです。おかしくなっちゃいそうなんです。
Then what about calling me by my name?
一緒ですよ。だってそれくらい特別なんです。
I did think we already had that special sort of relationship. Got it. I'm happy you consider it something that special.
遠野くん。
Yeah, that's fine for now. There's no rush. Let's take our time and acclimate. I grabbed her hand and smiled as I helped her up. What do you mean? Twitch. Huh? I panicked to let go.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Don't mention it. There's seriously no rush, yeah.
はい。ご迷惑をおかけしまち。
Kushima, no, Riri, ultimately shrunk herself up small.
めんどくさい彼女で。
No, that's not true. I could immediately and empathetically deny such a claim. If anything, it made me feel closer to you and helped me realize you're not some perfect superwoman either.
ゆうくん。
You were able to say it just now. You called me by my name, right?
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
You don't have to apologize for it, silly. I'm telling you, it's a good thing. Say my name more, Riri.
ゆうくん。
That's it, that's it. Oh man, I'm super happy.
はい。私もです。ゆうくん。
The last thing she said was at such a low whisper it almost wasn't audible. However, it most definitely resonated in my ears and made me break into a smile. Which is why I could say this so naturally. Riri, about tomorrow. Want to go on a date with me? Riri gasped and her cheeks dyed a deep shade of red.
はい。喜んで、ゆうくん。
However, she definitely nodded to me. Thank you.
こちらこそ。
We shared a bashful laugh together. It was such humble progress that any onlookers would be likely to say, what in the world are they doing? But I thought about how these little moments would begin to add up. I looked so forward to the days ahead that it made my heart pound.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
That led to, well, the next day. I didn't have time to come up with a meticulous plan. In the end, I went along into date activities everyone had come up with together. So we doing karaoke or bowling? First on the list was to meet up in front of the station. I was having so much trouble remaining calm that I ended up arriving half an hour before the time we had arranged. Just how excited was I about this? There's no way Riri would be here this early. Well, so I knew what that meant. I would wait for her while my heart raced all the while. Wait, she was here! Of course she is. She was standing in front of the monument we set as a meeting place. Sorry, Riri, you're already here. I rushed over to her in a panic. However, just before she noticed me, I froze in place. Her hot sigh and gleaming eyes made my heart skip a beat. Riri started to fidget in place, seemingly unsettled. She briefly ran her fingers through her bangs, worried they weren't where she had left them. Was she getting her hair properly in place? It was almost like she was checking whether there was anything embarrassing about her appearance before she met up with me. Moments later, she sprung up and looked over the full length of her body. She seemed to be worried about the hem of her skirt and whether there were any wrinkles. That out of the way, she took in a deep breath to calm her nerves. She probably tried not to freak out, too. This is also that she wouldn't do anything weird once we met up, which could be at any moment. Which meant she was feeling just as nervous as I was in anticipation of my arrival. Riri. Watching Riri from afar like this even made my heart pound. Her face burned involuntarily hot. At the same time, I felt this tingle of pride. It's because of me. It's because she's going on her official first date with me. She was restless because she was waiting for me. I couldn't bear it anymore. Eventually I planted feet those few steps forward. Once I did, Riri noticed me. At that very moment, a smile spread across her face like a blossoming flower and her cheeks darkened.
Yuu-kun.
Yeah, sorry. Looks like I kept you waiting.
そんなことないです。今来たばっかりです。
Hey, this thing.
今日はよろしくお願いします。
She emphatically and enthusiastically yet courteously bowed her head to me. I was sure she had set her heart on doing this. That thought made my heart pound even harder, and I couldn't help but crack a smile of my own.
Yuu-kun.
Oh, how should I put this? I'm happy that I get to go on a date with you today, Riri. I hope you'll have a good time with me.
はい。いえ、それは本当にこちらこそで。
Riri's face flushed a dark shade of pink and she shrunk into herself. She eagerly approached me all the same. Then she whispered to me.
ずっと楽しみにしてました。
Oh man, she was so freaking cute. Riri was positively adorable and I was nothing short of elated. Is it okay to be this happy just because we met up? That thought crossed my mind, but I had to imagine it was probably fine. See, look at that. Riri looked positively overjoyed. I had to believe things were fine, and that was all the more reason. I'll make her so happy today. We gotta make this a wonderful date. That pledge was woven into the deepest reaches of my mind.
それじゃあ行きましょうか、Yuu-kun.
Yeah, we should, but given the occasion, why don't we interlock our fingers together, like lovers would do? I was already feeling exhilarated when I made that suggestion, only for Riri to jump in place and blush all the way to the tips of her ears. You not want to? This is our first date after all. I want to try and take the proper steps to match, I guess you could say.
はい。それはわかります。デートするくらいの仲なら、恋人つなぎくらいするっていうのも。でも、まだ手をつなぐことも満足にできないのに。
It's okay, you don't really need experience for that. Yeah, so on that note, let's start by holding hands.
はい。
I led into that as well. Dad held up my hand and gave her a bright smile. Alright, glad to be here, Riri. When her hand slipped into mine, her body rigid with surprise. I didn't let go today, however, and patiently waited for Riri to acclimate to the feel of my hand. We're joined for real, by the hand.
はい。繋いじゃってます。Yuu-kunの手、大きいです。
Thank you.
私の手、包み込まれるみたいになってて。Yuu-kunの手のしっかりした感触や骨格が分かっちゃいます。きっと私のもYuu-kunに。
Yeah, I can tell that your hand is slender, delicate, and soothingly soft. Riri instantly became flurried, but I'm so happy. I flashed her a wide smile, prompting her to flush bright red with an audible gasp. Then she hung her head and began to fidget in place.
はい。私も嬉しいです。もっとYuu-kunと手をつないでる感覚知りたいです。
I'm glad. It's not just me.
ごめんなさい。どうしても最初は緊張してしまって。
Okay, I get it.
Yuu-kunは余裕があるのに。
Despite how I look, I'm nervous too.
そうなんですか？
Of course I am. I mean, I'm holding the hand of the girl I love. It's a special experience I've never had before, after all.
Yuu-kun.
My head might get sweaty, but try to ignore that, okay? Actually, you can just let go if it gets to that point.
そんな。お互い様ですし、私だって手汗かいちゃうと思いますし。
We're in this together then. For our sweaty hands. That only makes sense. Of course, the people who love each other would feel the same way when they hold hands.
はい、そうですよね。ゆうくんと一緒にいる証。
Do you mind if we walk around like this for a while?
はい、よろしくお願いします。
Like, what is our date plan, though? With that, we had spent 10 or so minutes walking hand in hand. We had been walking along awkwardly at first, but... Before I knew it, she had burst into a smile just like this one. Looks like you've gotten used to it, huh?
はい、おかげさまで手をつないで歩くってこんなに嬉しいんですね。普段は違う歩調まで合わさるみたいになって本当に一緒って感じがして。
I mean, we are together.
恥ずかしいことを言っていいですか？
Anytime you want. Yeah, of course. What is it?
やみつきになりそうです。
Aw. Riri sounded shy, but it was clear she couldn't contain herself when she spoke, and it only made me smile all the more. Ah, come on, you're so cute, Riri. They've been so tense until a short time ago. You seem much more relaxed now, and I found that nothing short of irresistible. If that was how it was, maybe it would be better if we... Riri, want to try and move on to the next step up? This time we're actually holding hands like a couple. Once again, Riri went stiff as a board. Riri was used to holding hands now, but lacing our fingers together was a line we had not yet crossed. Put another way, since she had acclimated to holding hands. I'm gonna hold your hand now. It was no surprise that lacing our fingers together would make us feel closer than ever before. Simply having our fingers tightly meshed together made my body throb with delighted embarrassment. You were shaking again. And it came as no surprise that Riri reacted like this. From where I was standing, I found a stiff, embarrassed composure, nothing short of adorable. Maybe because I knew she would definitely move past it. Alright, why don't we rock around like this a little longer?
はい、よろしくお願いします。
You're welcome. We walked around for another 10 minutes or so with our fingers laced together. Riri was incredibly tense at first and was walking along almost robotically, but... Not long after did she act like she was walking on air. Wait, I hadn't expected this. Kashima-san? I was so shaken that I accidentally reverted to addressing Riri by your last name. In doing so, Riri softly nudged me for shoulder and released my hand. Okay, I'm sorry.
鹿島さんなんてやめてください。リリですよ。リ。
Yes, Riri.
あなたの。なんて。
Yeah? Even her enthusiasm was on a different level.
ゆうくん、私間違えてました。
Huh? About what?
このつなぎ方、恋人つなぎ、最高です。怖いくらいにゆうくんが感じられて、ゆうくんにも私を感じてもらえて、幸せすぎますよ。
She reflected on it with a bright, charming smile. Such a staggering difference, but... just how cute can you get, Riri? If I got into her this much, then I guess lacing our fingers together had absolutely been worthwhile. I think I felt positively over the moon. I'm glad. Or more like... Oh, is it time for the next step? This is pure bliss for me, too. I whispered into her ear. In doing so, her earlobe flushed a dark shade of red.
ゆうくん。
She giggled, rocking back and forth on her heel, and appeared more delighted by the second. A second later, she rested her cheek softly under my shoulder.
好きです。
She whispered that quietly to me as if she were giving me a treasure. Riri.
はい。あなたのリリです。
Holy crap, this is kind of irresistible. If Riri can go from stiff as a board to enchanted in a short amount of time, then... There are so many things I wanted to do with her. And I wanted to see and experience those changes in Riri for her at my side. You know, Riri, we shouldn't just walk around. Why don't we go to karaoke? I want to hear you sing.
二人っきりでカラオケですか?
Yeah, of course. Twitch! Oh, her body went rigid again. But I knew that wasn't all there was to it anymore. Which is why we made our way to karaoke.
デュエットですね。わかりました。
And gave singing together a shot. While she was a little stiff, she did her best to sing along with me when... You okay? In the middle of our song, I boldly put my arms around her shoulders. And then... What happened? Whoosh! She jumped back for all she was worth. But what happened next was quite different from before now that Riri had gotten acclimated to our date.
ごめんなさい。慣れますから。無理やりにでも抱いてください。
Okay, are you sure about that? We kept singing, especially if it meant I got to hear lines like that from her. As a result...
あなたに肩を抱いてもらってると、なんだか体がとろけそうになります。
She ultimately turned out like this. In a sense, she may have been monumentally adaptable. Riri had trouble holding hands immediately after we met up, and now look how far she had come just a few hours later.
次はどこに行くんですか? 私、どこだって嬉しいです。あなたとこうして一緒なら。
No, maybe adaptable wasn't the word. This could just be pure innocence. Almost like she had preserved the same purity she had since birth. Meaning her blank canvas could quickly be dyed to the color of lovers or something like that. The color of lovers. Whichever the case. Isn't she too cute? I took that to heart with the utmost sincerity. Next up, we headed to the bowling alley. Oh, we're all doing both. Nice. That's awesome.
私、ボーリング初めてです。ボール、重たいんですね。
Well, you use the weight of the ball to propel it forward in a sense.
なるほど。じゃあ、早速、投げてみますね。よいしょ。よいしょ。
Do it, Riri. Riri's first throw had some unexpected momentum to it. Even if it did right up in the gutter. I mean, hey, first time. I get it. But that was a trivial matter. It's such a reason that for all the momentum behind her ball, she would have had to swing her arm just as hard. The skirt had gotten caught in the crossfire and flipped upward, fully exposing her underwear.
ごめんなさい。私ったらまた。
Dang, in the bowling alley though? That's awkward. Riri naturally turned beet red and crouched down in place. It's okay, no one saw it probably. These are absolute circumstances where she might want to say, I'm so embarrassed I could die, but... She quickly stood back up and rushed over to me.
ユウくん、手を握らせてください。
Okay.
そうすれば私、恥ずかしいのも耐えられますから。
I mean, you can hold my hand just in general, you know? Oh, Riri. She was right. As soon as she took my hand, Riri resumed her earlier spellbound expression. Our bowling excursion ultimately ended up after only a single game, but there were no further incidents after that. Not to mention she had been clinging to me like this ever since we left the bowling alley. You're really getting on board with all this physical contact, huh?
自分でも信じられません。でも、この嬉しさを一度知ってしまったら、恥ずかしいんですよ。まだ恥ずかしいは恥ずかしいんです。だけど、それ以上に嬉しくて幸せだから、もうあなたにくっつかずにはいられないんです。
I'm happy to have you cling to me too, Riri.
熱くはないですか?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, but it's not a bad sort of hot. In fact, it makes me happy and feels like the temperature of you.
ユウくん。
Riri's smile sparkled brightly.
じゃあ、私教えてあげられたんですね。
Yeah, my master in you sure is impressive.
でも、それはお互い様ですよ。
With that, Riri squeezed my hand tightly.
私も教えてもらったんですから。これが青春の温度なんだっ
How about that? This hadn't been one-sided by any means. Just like when we were holding hands, we were coming to understand each other together. That must have been what it meant to date someone.
どうしたんですか、ゆうくん。
I really am glad I got to date you, Riri.
いきなりすごい殺し文句です。
Don't go stiff again because of it. That really was how I felt from the bottom of my heart.
私もです。あなたとこうなれてよかった。
You got charmed awfully quickly. In the very end, we wound up laughing together. Amazing. Every last part of this really did make me happy. This was a date. This was a relationship. It made me feel that way all over again. Which is why I wanted... Riri, there's something else I had in mind.
はい。
Want to grab some shaved ice from that food cart over there and eat while we talk? Or walk? I have all sorts of experiences with Riri. We went and bought some shaved ice together.
私はブルーハワイにしました。
Nice. That's kind of unexpected. I figured he'd go with lemon like I did.
ブルーハワイってどんな味なんだろうと思って。
Oh, I get it. You never had it before?
はい。だから楽しみで。
I think I've heard before that's that same flavor and just that the syrup is a different color though.
もう食べる前からそんな情報を暴露しないでください。
Alright, go ahead and taste. Oh, sorry. But, you know, that comes down to your mood. Anyway, let's eat before it melts. Oh.
はい、そうですね。では、いただきます。
But she made sure to give thanks for her food, even when she ate shaved ice, such as Riri's thing to do. Riri followed my lead and opened her mouth wide. Are we gonna start feeding each other? What do you think of your first taste of Blue Hawaii? Riri-san, did you get a brain freeze? I've been there before plenty of times, Riri.
どうしてしまったんでしょう、私。いきなりこんな頭痛に襲われるなんて。
Dang, have you never had anything frozen before? Like, dang. By any chance, this your first time eating shaved ice, Riri?
はい、そうですけど。
But like, no ice cream, no milkshakes, no smoothies, nothing? It can give you a headache when you eat something cold that quickly, I guess. I mean, I guess they're called brain freezes.
今までアイスを食べた時にはこんな風にならなかったですけど。
Oh, really? Happened to me. Maybe I just eat too fast of ice cream. Have you always eaten a little at a time up until now? Not in one big bite, all at once, just like now?
はい、その通りです。
Okay, yeah, that makes sense then.
じゃあ、今は調子に乗って一気にたくさん食べてしまったからですか？
Probably.
浮かれてたののバチが当たったみたいです。
It's fine, I do it too. I do it all the time and I know better. I still do it. And then I keep doing it while I have the brain freeze. You certainly have been all smiles today.
私を浮かれさせてくれた人に言われたくないです。
Excuse me? I mean, I'm cheerful right there alongside
ゆ
you.
うくんは頭が痛くならないんですか？
This hasn't bothered me for as long as I can remember.
つらいです。
I used to have a point where that happened too, but then I started getting them again. Riri's cheeks puffed up and she lightly nudged the body against mine. It's so pleasantly squishy. It's not just her shoulder, her boobs are hitting my arm too. Yeah, that made sense. Boobs as big as Riri would hit me awfully easily. Especially when she was snuggled up so closely like this. If anything, it was almost bizarre this had never happened before. In fact...
なんでニコニコしてるんですか？
Your smile. Oh, I was just thinking, this is bliss too. I desperately downplayed the situation. I couldn't say your boobs feel great against me with the mood we had going. I mean, we could. It'd be awkward. It would likely petrify her. Still though, for how super shy of a person she is and how easily she gets nervous, she does have a defensive side to her. That panty flush at the bowling alley was a perfect example. Maybe that side of her really was because of how she was raised. When those thoughts crossed my mind...
そうですね。後になって笑いながら思い返せる気がします。
Riri seemed to be over her headache and had regained a smile. This time around, she took miniature bites of her shaved ice to avoid further headaches.
暑い中で冷たいものはさっぱりしますね。
Sure is. Especially considering how warm and fluffy of a mood we had going.
本当ですね。そう言われると冷ましてしまうのはもったいない気もしちゃいますけど。
Things will heat up between us again in no time, right, Riri?
ゆうくんもですよね。
I sure hope so. We are out on a date together, after all.
そうですよね。そうですよね。はい、ゆうくん。
Oh,
はーん。
we are doing it nice. That was when Riri leaned in even closely against me and held out a scoop of shaved ice. You gonna feed me?
はい。ゆうくんにも食べてほしいです。関節キスも慣れていきたいですし。
I see. You can't possibly say no when you put it that way. Thanks for the treat. Oh!
大きいお口ですね。
Yes, it is. That's because I wanted to savor my indirect kiss of you as much as I could.
それを強調しないでくださいよ。恥ずかしくなっちゃいます。
And she said that, Riri squished her chest against me all the more. I thought this was more embarrassing, but she was apparently fine since she wasn't doing it intentionally. My heart continued to race in my chest, though.
でも、私もゆうくんの食べたいです。
Someone as bashful as Riri really saying something like that? Just talk about a shaved ice. And now that she had put it out there was no way I could possibly turn her down. Yeah, it would be wrong for just me to take some of yours.
はい。だから、お願いします。
Riri whispered and opened her mouth slightly. That was when I got a good look inside her mouth. Riri, your tongue is blue. Oh yeah, I forgot. This happens when you eat blue Hawaii.
そうだったんですか?
Well, it's temporary, so you'll be fine. Anyway, on that note,
はい。
I took a scoop out of my own shaved ice and Riri opened her mouth wider. Too bad we got a yellow one and not a green one. Then we could have made purple. But how is she showing off her tongue so much now? The feel of her chest was already making my heart race as it was. The sexiness of her expression added to that.
下、青いレフよね。ちょっとはるかへる。
I stifled back the emotions that welled up inside me. And I was made to realize this all over again. That's definitely true. Riri isn't just cute. She was an exceptionally attractive girl, even in the sexual sense. I gently stuck shaved ice right into Riri's mouth as my pulse pounded all the way up to the tips of my fingers.
すごくドキドキします。関節キスの試合っこ。
Yeah, for sure. My heart was racing for a slightly different reason from Riri's, though.
でも、嬉しい。これでまた一つ階段を上がれたような感じがします。
Yeah, we definitely have. A carefree smile rose to Riri's face. The sort of face that suggested she had no idea how much I wanted her. Maybe I should tell her. I wanted to give in to the temptation. But part of it was because I thought, knowing Riri would show just in no time, even if she's embarrassed. If I would take another step forward here and now, would Riri feel the same way I do?
ゆうくん。
Yes. You know, Riri? Then, at the very second I was about to take that step forward, both of us froze in place. Oh, what happened?
いよいよ
Wait, wait.
関節じゃないキス。
Oh, wait, who else is eavesdropping?
こんなところで。成長したわね。
Is it just all of you? Thank you, Hibiki. Is it just all of you?
なんで微妙に師匠キャラなんすか。
はあ、ダメだ。
What?
ダメだぞ、ユウ。そんな不純異性行為は。
Gigi, I promise you.
今更では。
Yes, it's way late for that. Okay, so literally all of you are watching, huh?
あれ、おかしいわね。さっぱり動かないけど。
Of course we are! I screamed on reflex. What are all of you doing?
まずい、バレたわ。
Yes, because you were talking.
逃げなきゃ。
Punks, too late.
そっか。じゃあしょうがないね。悪いけど、ずっとつけさせてもらってたわよ。
Stalkers. Huh? The whole time? Not just now?
ちょっと響き、何自分から暴露してるのよ。あ、そっか。なまってれば今だけだと思ってもらえたかもだ。
Yes. You're silly. I told you it's too late. Why you? All of you!
全部見られてただなんて。
See, look what you did. Look what you guys did. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
まずい、柏が飛んだぞ。
Of course she is. All of you need to learn the difference between what's okay to do and what isn't.
だってうまくやれてるかどうか気になったんだもの。
Then you need to learn to be quieter. I pitched it to Fob. That's not good enough of a reason. While I was busy getting mad, deep down, a small part of me was relieved. Thank goodness. I avoided messing up the next big step. And so I fought now that I'd calmed down. Yeah, it was obviously still too soon for that. Too soon to go there, but we only got as far as the first date. Yeah, but I just assumed this was for the best today. But someday. Someday. One day.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
Probably sooner than we think, though, honestly. The next day, all the club members decided to go swimming at the beach. Riri was the one who made the suggestion.
確かに私たちはお付き合いを始めましたけど、だからといって部のことはないがしろにしたくないですからね。
Yeah, I agree.
そのあたりをきちんとしていなかったから、昨日はあんなことになったんだと思いますし。
Oh no, that's not why that happened at all. That's not why that happened at all. That's just because they're all crazy.
自分たちのお付き合いと同じだけ、皆さんのことも大事にしなきゃと思うんです。
Especially Hibiki. That does sound exactly like something you'd say, Riri.
賛同してくださってありがとうございます。
Riri smiled sweetly and bowed her head. I couldn't but feel a little self-conscious of how we used to be and how awkward we were because of it. It was unreal, even.
よーし、そういうことなら今日はみんなで遊びまくるわよ。はい、ゆうくん、一緒にビーチバレーしましょう。
Alright, that sounds fun. Enough so that she asked me to join her without a single worry. That suggested to me that she felt more comfortable around me after what happened yesterday. Man, though. Ugh. Unfortunately, I was feeling self-conscious now for an entirely different reason. All this was due to what happened yesterday. And I had seen that side of Riri. They pressed up against me enough that I could tell her how her chest felt after all. As a healthy adolescent boy, I would become cognizant of her as a woman, whether I liked it or not after that. And now she was in her swimsuit. This is without saying, but I can make out all the curves of Riri's voluptuous body. I like how it's zooming in. Particularly her large, heaving breasts that practically flowed out from her top. Someday I have free access to these boobs. I clenched my teeth and looked away. My mind was plagued by a flood of erotic thoughts whenever I looked at her. Was I always like this? Even though I wondered that, there was nothing I could do to help it. This is how I had turned out once I found the girl I liked.
ゆうくん？
Beach volleyball, right? Yeah, let's play together.
はい。
With that, the beach volleyball match began.
ゆう、しっかり後ろ守りなさいよ。
I said ordinarily stick to taller players in the front. I've been paired up with Hibiki as a result of rock, paper, scissors.
目に物見せてやりましょうね、カシモ先輩。ふふ、やるからには真剣ですよ。
Our opponents were Riri and Ritsu. As an aside, the other members were enjoying the beach in their own way. I couldn't afford to lose here. As long as I was at it, I had to have fun. Yeah, enough to shake off these pent-up feelings.
じゃあ、行くわよ。それ。
Hibiki and Servant went flying together with that shout.
カシモ先輩。はい。
Riri effortlessly received the ball. Although I had admired it for it, my mind instantly went in the gutter. Ugh. The tits were jiggling like crazy and bouncing. Well, I was busy picking my jaw up off the ground. Ship! Get it, Hibiki! Hibiki, get it! Risa landed a spike on me.
ユウ、なんで棒立ちなのよ。
Because reasons. Sorry.
リッちゃん、ナイススパイク。
We lost the point while the other side exchanged high fives. Riri's chest. It's bouncy and jiggly just from high-fiving.
だからどっち見てんのよ、ユウ。
I can't help but for horny, shush. Huh? Sorry. Crap, I didn't mean to stare again. No matter what I did, I would see them if I looked over at Riri's team, and I couldn't help but stare. No, stop it. I need to keep my loot bots in check. Oh no, she's noticing. I think she realized. We're about saying that the volleyball game ended in a resounding loss, yeah. Is Hibiki mad at us? Later we got roped into practicing and participating in a variety of other activities, but I couldn't take my eyes off of Riri. All of them made me realize my own incompetence, a lack of patience, and more than anything, how hyper-aware I was of Riri.
遠野先輩、どちらへ？
Oh, just gonna grab something to drink to cool my head real quick.
はあ、頭ですか。
Hiragi, how do I put this? It must be nice to be so emotionally at ease.
よくわかりませんが、なぜか侮辱されたような気がします。
No, I'm complimenting you for being able to handle your emotions very well. It's your imagination. Your imagination. Well then. Things had gotten pretty awkward, so I temporarily broke away from the group. Seriously, I would have been nearly this enthused if Riri had been as flat as Hiragi was, but I guess that's not true. I'm sure I would have been drawn to her when the time came, whether she was flat or not. Those thoughts of mine, I let out a breath and made my way across the sandy beach when...
Yuu-kun!
Yes? Sorry. I think you realize. I couldn't help but panic when a hot, soft presence leapt and latched onto my back without warning. Hey, Riri?
はい、リリーですよ。
Yeah, I know that, but these were it. These two soft things touching my back. No doubt about it, these were boobs, right? The same boobs I couldn't stop thinking about.
ユウ君、どこに行くんですか？
To the bathroom now. Nervous without questioning me, oblivious to my obvious inner turmoil.
私を置いて。
And she was even saying that to me. My head was spinning at this point.
どうしたんですか、ユウ君？
Nothing. Oh, you know, Riri.
はい。
Having you touch like this in your swimsuit is a little... Couldn't stand it and told her. If I was being perfectly honest, I was over the moon. Right now, it's just too intense of stimulation for me. To be blunt, if she kept doing this, you know... Won't be able to hold myself back anymore.
私は気にしませんよ。
I see. Huh?
むしろ、もっとしてあげたいです。
Huh? Riri?
ユウ君、今日は私のことすっごく見ててくれましたよね。
Yep, she knew.
だから、こうしてあげたいんです。
I had spun in an entirely different sense from earlier.
ユウ君も私と同じ気持ちならもっとでも
Riri's really hoarse voice is making my sense of reason melt away. This means what I think it means, right? That question bellowed from the deepest reaches of my heart. I mean, of course that would give me ideas. She would only do this with me. Meaning it was okay if it was me, if it was with me. If I were to say what that was, I assume there could only be one answer. Yes, namely... It's time.
ユウ君
She's allowing me to do anything now. That's how it is, right, Riri? It's time to play chess. Then, as customary, we headed home alone together.
今日は楽しかったですね。
Yeah, it was.
ありがとうございました。
Of course you picked that moment to thank me, Riri.
はい。 リリですよ。
Yes, you are.
その、ゆうくんの、なんて、また。それじゃあ、ここで失礼しますね。ゆうくん、また。
Hold on, Riri. Oh. I pulled Riri close and guided her somewhere secluded nearby. Hidden from prying eyes, I enveloped her tightly in my arms and captured her lips with my own. Riri didn't reject me. In fact, she was happily returned the gesture. Riri gently leaned her soft body against mine. I was emboldened by that response, believing it was all okay. I really can't assume this means that's okay.
ゆうくん、ありがとうございます。嬉しいです。お別れのキス。
Once our lips parted, Riri leaned her cheek against my chest with a hot sigh. It came with an embarrassment and warmth that made me restless.
それじゃあ、離れがたいですけど。
All I could do at this point was to speak up. Almost like I were being rushed, gasping for breath. Riri!
はい。
Tomorrow, would you come visit my place again?
はい。喜んで。
Riri answered me with a sweet smile. My head burned hot. The joy that my feelings had gotten through to her. From the conviction that we felt the same way. If so, tomorrow would be a day worth commemorating for the both of us. Okay, so tomorrow we do the chess.
駆け抜け青春スパーキング。
Thank you, Riri.
それじゃお兄ちゃん、私行ってくるね。
Alright, bye, little sis. Have fun. Yeah, I mean, sorry about this.
いやいや、私もお邪魔したくないし。兄のそういう時の声、聞きたくもないし。
See how it is. Well, like I said, there's no guarantee that's gonna happen. Man, we know it's gonna happen. What are we saying?
とか言って、お兄ちゃんはすっかりその気なんでしょ？
It is.
じゃなきゃ今日はちょっと出てくれよって私に言わないもん。
Usually you're like on the uptake, so.
頑張ってね、マイ兄。
Thanks, I'll do my best.
ブーンをいいね。
Thank you, Ritsu. Ritsu left, seemingly on her way to Hibiki's, which left me all alone. It's embarrassing she saw right through me, but I'm grateful all the same. Thanks to that, I can welcome Riri over by myself. Maybe I should do another round of cleaning. Well, why? It's gonna get dirty. Clean afterwards. Riri said to arrive in the next hour. It's likely gonna be the longest hour of my life. Nothing so bad in its own right, though. This is another page out of my youth, huh? I'd like to look back at this moment fondly later. The day of our first time, where I've been waiting for Riri like this. That being the case, I cleaned my room over again, got tea prepared and otherwise. I was ultimately left with nothing more to do and sat around restlessly. Then, 10 minutes before our arranged time... Oh, she's here.
ごめんください。鹿島です。
Come on in. She was finally here. My heart was racing feverishly in my chest.
お邪魔します、ゆうくん。今日はお招きくださってありがとうございます。
No problem? Yeah, you're always so punctual, Riri.
約束には早くついているようにとしつけられていますので。
Makes sense?
でも少し早すぎましたか？
No, you're good. Not at all. It actually makes me happy since I get to see your face that much sooner.
もう、ゆうくんたら。そんなことりっちゃんに聞かれたら恥ずかしいですよ。
She's gone.
で、そうです。りっちゃんにもご挨拶をしないと。
Oh, Rita's out for the day.
そうなんですか？
Yeah, she's hanging out over at Hibiki's house. She said she's gonna stay over tonight. Uh-huh. Yep. Why is the music fading away? Riri's eyes went wide like she hadn't expected this.
それじゃあ
Were we not on the same page?
今日は二人きりってことですか？
Yep. And yeah. You okay? I'm gonna guess you're not okay. Riri's face burst out with red.
そうですか。はい。
Well, I'll make us some tea for now. Would you wait for me in my room?
はい。ゆうくんのお部屋。ゆうくんのお部屋で。
I watched off to the side as Riri clumsily made her way toward my bedroom. It seemed to have figured out what I had in mind when I asked her over. She doesn't seem opposed to the idea, at least. It should have shown in her demeanor if she were. Meaning, it was alright. Things are working out. I carefully prepared the tea as my heart pounded harder by the second. She seems very nervous though.
おいしいです、お茶。
It is? I'm glad. We both drank from our teacups. Riri had taken a seat on the bed and was waiting for me. Well, the only place to sit was a chair at my desk, so that only made sense. Riri was sitting on the bed. On my bed. It made my heart race harder and harder. After all, she was sitting somewhere where we could transition into those sorts of activities at any time. Not to mention she'd done it herself. That likely meant... She's preparing.
ごちそうさまでした。
Yeah, you're welcome. Alright, I'll collect the cups, okay? This is nowhere to set them.
はい、すみません。
I took Riri's teacup and set it on the desk. In doing so, Riri shrunk into herself and looked down. I could tell just by looking at her that her heart was racing, that she was self-conscious. Even so, she continued to sit on the bed. Alright, in that case... Is it okay if I sit next to you?
はい。
Reassured by her reply, I slowly took a seat beside Riri. I could tell that she had stiffened up a bit. Yikes. Riri was so tense, I couldn't help but go stiff as a board as well. It didn't matter though. I needed to get Riri to relax. Otherwise I'd never establish that sort of mood. Or something like that, yeah.
ゆうくん、今日って、
What, is not a safe day? Do you want to hold hands, Riri?
はい。
Then...
恋人つなぎ。
Should I not?
いえ、嬉しいです。恋人つなぎ、好きです。二人の体温が溶け合って、しっかり重なって。
Riri stared at our joined hands. I could practically see the tension fading away with each passing second. In fact,
ゆうくん。
for long, she started to lean against my shoulder a little at a time. Everything we have done up until now had led to this moment. I had done things a little out of order, but even so, we had built up a number of couple-like experiences over time. Riri had been touch and go about holding hands at first, but now she was like this. So...
ぽーっとします。嬉しくなっちゃいます。好きです。ゆうくんとこうするの。
She was giving me the green light, right? I could take one more step. Just the two of us, alone in my house, on my bed. If Riri was charmed with me, then this would be okay. Riri! Oh, jeez. I pushed Riri down onto the bed. She easily flopped backward and gazed up at me. I hung over her and... Riri? Riri, today, I want it... Sorry. Push. Riri pushed me aside by the chest as hard as she could. Huh?
私。
Riri jumped up from the bed as if to drive me away.
ごめんなさい。今日は帰らせてください。
It's okay, I understand. She proceeded to rush away. I was too shocked for my brain to properly form words. For a while, I was just plain dumbfounded. She rejected me? I mean, she just wasn't ready. I managed to make sense of everything after a few minutes had passed. She had rejected me and ran home. What did I do wrong? It seemed like she was into it. Riri knew what I was suggesting, right? Even so, she still ran home. Did this mean... Huh? What was going on? And roughly that time, I heard a notification online. I checked my phone and... Huh? Riri?
今日はごめんなさい。代わりに明日、うちに来てくれませんか?
I mean, it's okay, you don't have to apologize, I get it. You thought you were ready, but you weren't. Understand? What the hell was going on?
駆け抜け青春、スパーキング。
Thank you, Riri. Alright, so yeah. We had a nice little date where we, as we said, we were taking things one step at a time. And then eventually, we got to, the inevitable, except she actually wasn't as ready as she thought she was. And I actually kind of like that. Because usually, sometimes a lot of, stuff like this, they'll kind of want to just get shoehorn some of the H scenes in, even if it doesn't make sense for the character to act like that. But yeah, I like that she thought she was ready, but she wasn't. I actually kind of appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going to guess that she invited us over now so that she could actually fully mentally prepare herself.